Welcome back, everyone, to the Song of Waves and Wind, where today we are heading up to Gondor's Garden. But along the way, we may kill an orc or two, because we do need to take care of some of these stragglers that are staying near the area. So I suspect I'll be running into more of these as I do my questing after visiting the city, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that and just head on up. Is this one of those locations that's a lot closer than you think it is when you look at the map? Because the map focuses on the inner city, and you don't quite realize that the outer parts of the town start pretty early. So we have a few people to speak with. Hello there.
Could you spare a moment? You look as though the war has painted a stroke on you.
The war has
taken the heart of my father.
Oh.
He idles in his work and has very little reason to speak to me. Could you possibly deliver a message?
She certainly says more than a single sentence. Usually they just say the first sentence of something like this when they do that, not the entire paragraph there. The young woman hesitates for a moment before whispering a message into your ear to deliver. His name is Haugur. You could find him in his homestead south of Imloth Melui. In fact, that is right where we came from, so we will have to worry about that later. Oh, and now here, see what this woman wants.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Welcome to Imloth Melue. I am Malinor. I am overseeing the transport of supplies from the Halron to Imloth Melue and the surrounding land. We have been getting reports that some of the townsfolk are not receiving their supplies that they need to begin work on the restoration efforts. Malinor looks off into the distance, tracking movement in the horizon. If you could lend a hand, we would be most appreciative. I've tracked several wargs to the abandoned camp east of Arnach. There seems to be a large warg presence in this area. Our supplies have also disappeared from these roads. Go and get rid of these fell creatures so that we may resume our work in haste. Right? And now we have this elf.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Greetings, traveler. Welcome to Imloth Melue. She flies through papers showing you very little concern. I am surveying this land, and the damage done to it is spread far and wide from here to Pelagir. We seem to be missing a few crates and building materials. If you are keen to lend us some aid, could you perhaps visit Arnach to the south and see if there are any materials that they have left behind? Our efforts to restore Gondor are vast, and a few items being unaccounted for is nothing new. So these quests actually send you almost back down to Arnach. So now, we have to think about the Wargs and the Orcs, I think, are both in this area. So we might as well take care of those first. Assuming there are any. That's a bee. That's a badger. That's another bee. That's an orc. I think I found the orcs. Now I need to find the wargs. Now, according to the it's not pointing to this is one of the orcs I need. Yes, it is. Alright, because the quest tracker was sending me somewhere else. So I have to be careful with that. Sometimes that quest tracker is not necessarily leaving you on best intentions. Neither is this bee, apparently, because it somehow attracted two orcs here. Are they training the bees? That's interesting. Could you imagine it? Bjorn, Bjorn certainly won't like that. Or I should say Grimbjorn. Well, I guess Grimbjorn has bees that don't go around attacking you, so I suppose he'll consider these to be... Really? They send reinforcements quickly. Do I just stand here and eventually I would get constant reinforcements of orcs coming all over the place? Look at this. Another one. Hey, you. I just stand here and just have this constant influx of orcs. Oh. Well then, I suppose I'll just have to kill a few orcs here and we'll be done with that part of it. As I was dealing with the orcs, I remembered that I was in blue line rather than in red line. No wonder it was taking me so long to deal with those orcs. Let's see if things are any better. I found the orc camp. Now I find the orc camp after I've gone and killed everyone. Or at least I killed my quote. I guess I can always kill a few more orcs. I'm trying to figure out where the wargs are because the quest tracker isn't exactly of the greatest help in this matter. Oh, here's a warg right over here. Alright. Yeah, I couldn't hit the broadside of a warg apparently. What happened? I accidentally ambushed the warg. New deed, Warg Slayer. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised about that. I mean, that's inevitable. Any wargs around here, or is this an orc home, or is this just a place that's run wild after the war? It's owned by goats! Ooh. Here's a campsite. And a warg there. Or is this an ex-campsite? This doesn't seem to be in very good condition. Well, who owns this site? Looks like it could have been an orc war. Invasion of Galdur's Dell. Fleeing from the defeat at the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, deadly wargs have taken over Galdur's Dell. They must be driven out, lest they grow in number and threat. Alright. Well, these must be the wargs that I was sent to kill. Well, now we can deal with them. Hey, stop that! Not allowed. There you go. Now, anything else I need to do on here? Defeat wargs in Galdur's Dell. Okay, so I need to do 9 more of those. And that'll overlap with the other quest I have. It also says to defeat wargs in Galdur's Dell, but he gave me credit for wargs outside of the area. Well, it looks like that we've got signatures in addition to the standard. Actually, I think that ambush worked out fairly well. So occasionally I get it right. Slow it down a little bit and then toss the ambush while it's ambling over to me. So it doesn't work as well if it's on cooldown at the time. Now, anything else they need me to do? No, they don't ask me to kill a leader or anything like that. Okay. With that done, we are back here in Arnach. And looks like here's a man working the fields. Hello there.
Leave me be, wanderer. I have no words for you.
The man continues to bury himself in his work, ignoring you. He's playing mumbly peg with my feet. Okay, now, right. Hauger dismisses you completely. What should I do then? Oh, what about this stuff? Well, building supplies. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are the supplies I was supposed to collect, apparently. So we have to keep an eye out for those. Anything else we can do? We need to examine some rubble. Oh, this rubble. Alright. This area has been ransacked. Okay. Very well. Oh, what about this? Rotten food. Any edible food has been taken. The rest rotted. Alright. Taken by whom? By the farmer or by looters? Let's see. Up here. Oops, daisy. Ruined supplies. Let's have a close look here. These supplies have not been used. And here we have broken materials. They have all been destroyed. Anything else around here? Ah. Destroyed homestead. Where do I click for this one? Oh. But now, how about around here? Really? Oh, I'm supposed to... Oh, this place. This building has collapsed. I had to click on it to tell that?
What business do you have rummaging through my belongings? I said leave at once!
Hauger has been quite agitated. Reminding him of the story state of his homestead has seemingly reopened a wound or a memory that he would rather forget. I think it's time to speak to his daughter again. Oh well. Now, I guess I need to find more supplies, right? Anything else? I think everything's accounted for. Now, I think that we have somebody here who asked us to deal with those orcs. Hello there.
Greetings.
I could hear the cries of the orcs all the way from here. So the deed's done. Hopefully we won't have to deal with any more stray orcs in this area. With so many fleeing from the war, it can be difficult to track them all down. Thank you for your service. You're welcome. So we take care of that. And now, back to the north to speak with the daughter and to report on the supplies and on the wargs. Let's save the daughter for last. Hello there.
What do you need?
I've been tracking you. We've already seen the presence of wargs less of late. This could truly be your calling. You should consider this a worthy path. Melanor looks down and smirks. But I won't stop you from moving on if you have other business to attend to. We are grateful for the help. And now for the elf.
What can I do for you?
Himriel takes full account of the materials that you delivered. Many thanks, traveler. This should account for the missing materials from my ledger. You may go on your way. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Himreel. In relationship to Hrimil. Ooh, completed. Tales of Losanach renewed. New deed. Tales of Eastern Gondor renewed. Oh, so there's a deed for the Quest of West Gondor. Complete quest of Lamdim deed. Complete quest of Belfalis deed. Complete quest of oh, that's West Gondor. That's the wrong part of Gondor, right? And oh, hold on. This is renewed Gondor. Tales of Losanach renewed. Alright, let's complete. So Worm Slayer, Warg Slayer. So we have all these Slayer deeds. And reclaiming loss. I need to go to Imlach Miller. Well, I'll be getting in there as soon as I walk deeply into the town, I would guess. Ah, so I need to have Tales of Upper Lebanon and Tales of Lower Lebanon in order to finish out that meta deed. And I'll presume that there is a meta deed or something like that because this is Lotro. Alright, your father is rather cross.
I must apologize. I knew he would be reluctant to speak to you. I had hoped that your experience in the war would still his fervor. His will to continue on with meaning was lost, along with my mother.
Sadrian steels herself before continuing. After the war, many parties retreating would often trouble us on the way to Pelagir. My father's homestead was raided, ransacked, and pillaged of anything valuable. We tried to stand his ground, but those brigands chose to ruin his home. My mother, Melnith, was inside when the building collapsed. So you see, reminding him of that moment may have angered him. There's something else you should see. Sadrian tells you of a place Melnith used to frequent daily. Most of the time, when I would visit, my mother would be away. Father thought that she was visiting the markets, so I followed her one day at a distance. I never got too close, but there is a spot in the forest that she visits daily. Perhaps there is something there that could help you? Alright, well, I'll investigate that. First, though, I really should go into town and find out what's going on in there. And perhaps even complete a deed? Well, how far do I have to go before we get credit for entering the town? I don't know. But I also want to talk to Marinir and see what's going on that end. And apparently we also have another quest giver out here. Ah, you have discovered Imloth Melway. And completed reclaiming Losanach. Okay, that's another title awarded. Traveler of Losanach. And there we go. More marks of renewal, some Lotro points, all that fun stuff. Explorer of King's Gondor, 1 of 6. And now we got 5 more parts of that. We need complete stragglers and new threats. Stragglers and new threats. Ah, I need to find the Uri Delta. Well, I'll probably be heading into that area at some point, I guess.
Stay a moment.
Ah, stranger, please, if you could spare me a moment. We are well underway in the restoration efforts of Gondor, rebuilding after the war, as you know. I have been overseeing the restoration of farmland. I am a bit concerned about the increased population of badgers gathering in the southwest. Normally these animals are harmless, but they're burrowing and digging such much deeper and more frequently around the banks of the river Erui. I foresee this having a long-term effects on the farming efforts of Arnach. Could you aid us in driving them away? We would be most grateful. Fine, I will shoo away some badgers for you. Okay, badgers. Let's see what we can do here. I need to get, oh yes, up this way. One of these towns, where in order to go from point A to point B, you must go through point C, right? Something like that. Up this way. Up this way. Anything to confuse any hobbit that may wander in, right? Hello there. I am looking for word about somebody.
Yes, I know of him. In fact, I wish his name had come to my attention less lately.
Garafir, yes. And I do wish his name came to my attention less. He's an awful brute who has no qualms about trying to swindle the good folk of this town. You should try looking for him in the market. I think I saw him slink that way earlier. Alright, well then, it sounds like that he may be quite the person that we want to see.
If you are here to help, I ask that you seek out Chief Healer Brunil in
Yes.
the Hall of the Gentle Hand.
Also, if you're here to help, I ask that you seek out Chief Healer Brunil in the Hall of the Gentle Hand. She's been asking for help with something. Brunil. It's been a while since I've spoken with her, right? Not since winter. What, 4 months now? Ah. Well, at least the town's warmer than the last time I saw her. I believe he's supposed to be somewhere around here. Grafnir sees you and makes a run for it. Oh, there, I thought I heard something down this way. So let's see if we can find him. Grafnir has collapsed, winded, on the stairs.
Okay, all right, I'll talk. Oh, my aching side.
Bah! Why are there so many steps? You know, I've asked the same question myself. This blasted city is oh so too hilly. Oh, ugh. Wait, I said I'll talk! You're wasting your time with me anyway. I'm just the middleman. You really want Mangar. He paid me to organize the shipment of his stone down to Arnach and the Helrond. He's at his warehouse in the eastern part of the city, but you had best leave him be. He won't go down without a fight, and he has plenty of protection. Now, leave me be. I just was doing my job. You were just doing your job. Right. What's in the warehouse? And what does the healer want? We have to find that out in the next episode of the Song of Waves and Winds.